is 2, 4, 8 lines. If I can't get 8 lines explained and see where it matches, I'm having a problem with 2 3/4 pages of other lines. Where one other line says we only paid Ansel and Blink $10,000.
Okay, on here I can tell you, the lines that you have here under revenue, I can say their totals versus the expenditures. Expenditures are like salaries, yeah, they're individual, they're a lot smaller. I don't, and I said this years ago, I really wish they have a different format so we can see it better, because here it has everybody's salary, it has here insurance, it has here for garbage disposal, uniforms, light bills, forms. It's broken up, and it's everything that we do by smaller categories. The revenue is in multiples. Like you got the real estate taxes, it's the $4 million here. You got download video taxes, $8 million here. You got municipal sales of $500,000. Those are larger sums. So based on the breakdown of the expenditures are small, like 500, 300.
So there's multiple different formats that treasurer's report can be done.
Yes.
So
I have said that I want
to put in a different format.
Yeah.
The board has passed on multiple pages.
Yeah, I believe, Mayor, that this is a state mandated format.
Yeah, the way it has to go in the newspaper like this.
This is not a state mandated format, sir.
It's how they printed it. Excuse me, Clerk D. Jones.
You know that for a fact, because I asked the question before somebody who was pretty knowledgeable, and I was told that this is the format that the state requires.
I have been speaking to people inside of Susan Mendoza's office.
Mendoza.
Yes.
Excuse me, Clerk D. Jones, could you verify that?
And I can verify.
Is that the format that we hear on Facebook? Because I know it's printed in the news.
As I understand, there is a state mandated format. Whether or not this is it, I cannot speak to that because I don't work in finance.
And if the format is incorrect, it means the format has been incorrect for the last several years. So we'll go ahead and modify that.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll do that research.
We can do the cosmetics to find out. That's it. That's all on that one. Thank you so much. Nobody's trying to hide anything on that. We just make sure that we get the right format. But since I've been in this village 20-some years and it's been like this, so I just like to know, I would always make a request to see if this can be better for us so we can break it down. Because here it's just all jumbled. Everybody's bills, the light bill, the phone bill, broken down from $100 to $2,000 to clean the dirt off the rugs and all. This is just broken down like this, and it's very hard. Uniforms in here, auto repairs, so that's why it's all these pages of that versus the revenue totals, because they're a lot larger. Utility taxes and revenues and the miscellaneous. So, did you? Okay.
Also, Mayor Covington.
So we do. I'm sorry.
Mayor,
Yes, sir. Because I know we have a vote on the floor.
I just want to explain to the board before you guys vote on it as well too, is that when you look at the roundups, these roundup numbers are not supposed to be just rounded up. You're supposed to have a total. This is actually what you call, us being transparent about our numbers. We got $4 million rounded up in payroll. Payroll should actually be a total amount. There should be a total amount there. You also have roundup numbers as well too with the sales tax. Sales tax dollars, if you guys actually go back and take a look, and I don't think we lost any businesses here inside this village, from previous treasury report, but it's only $500,000, and we received more than $500,000 in sales tax revenue.
You sure that's
right?
Yeah, just look at it.
Where's that tax?
Look at it.
From what stores do we get more than $500,000 in sales tax? We get $15,000 of sales tax just from Family Dollar. So tell me where we're getting over $500,000 of sales tax. I would love to see that figure.
Tell me if you actually totaled this number of 500. Have you got a total of $500,000 in village and municipal sales tax?
Yes, Trustees.
Have you actually taken a look and looking at the local use sales tax of $480,000? How did you total that?
So my question is, have you seen the total?
I'm trying to figure
I'm asking you, have you seen the total? We met 2 weeks ago. You're supposed to come by Village Hall. We sent this report to you on Friday. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday. My question is, have you seen the totals? Because Village Hall has been open on Monday has been open all day today until 7 o'clock tonight, and I did not get a phone call from you today or yesterday. So my question is, have you seen the totals? Because I assure you, we do not bring in more than $500 and $500,000 in sales tax based on the businesses we have in this town.
We bring in exactly 500,000.
Yes, is that?
Again, the treasurer's report, the numbers are rounded. They've been rounded in previous reports. I don't think we're in violation of any accounting principles, but I understand the treasurer stating about transparency. First thing is, we're always transparent with the residents. Secondly, if the residents want to see any of the source documentation, they can.
They should see it here.
Okay, they should have been seeing it here for the last 5 years. And have you facilitated that process?
Mayor, I'd like to call a question.
Yes, sir.
Madam Mayor, I just want to ask the treasurer one question. Sir, if we don't pass this tonight, what happens?
Call for the question.
Well, of course, if you don't pass it tonight, then of course, that there will be delays in the real estate tax.
So we won't get any money?
Madam Mayor. Yes, sir. You may call for a question that has to be acknowledged. Clarify the question. Clarify the question on the floor, please.
Yeah, Madam Mayor, I'd like to call the question and end the debate.
Second.
Thank you. All right. Now, the vote on the floor is the modification of the treasurer's report.
First, we've got to do
I'm sorry, roll
call on the call question.
Roll call on the question, please.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Wilson.
Aye.
Trustee Brooks.
Both sides.
Trustee McMullen.
Both sides.
Trustee Payne.
Aye.
Trustee Oscar Brown.
Aye.
And Mayor Covington.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Mayor, we need to vote on the amendment.
Amendment of the $6,537,849.48.
And I'll still need that in writing, Trustee Payne.
She sent it down there.
I know.
Yeah, you got it. Send it back. Send it back.
We need a more effective relay.
Relay. All right. No worries. Okay.
Okay, now this is to include in the treasurer's report $6,537,849.48. This is what this roll call is on.
Yes.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Wilson.
Both no.
Trustee Brooks.
Both sides.
Trustee McMullen.
Both sides.
Trustee Payne.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Mayor Covington.
Aye.
That amendment passes. Now, it's a roll call on the main motion.
And that was also to let people know the amendment was to just acknowledge your swing.
Yeah, to increase we just recently received some wire transfers to some companies from Midland Bank, so they need to be included as part of
The report.
the tips. Right.
Okay. To the stage. Thank you. All right. Now, roll call for approval of the treasurer's report.
Okay. Madam Mayor, this is
On the motion, I'm sorry, there's a motion.
No, we have a motion and a second. This is as amended to include the $6,537,849.48. Okay, Trustee Williams.
Is there, I'm sorry.
We have a motion and a second. Trustee Wilson.
No.
Trustee Brooks.
Both sides.
Trustee McMullen.
Aye.
Trustee Payne.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
And Mayor Covington.
I'm a little concerned about the balancing.
Madam Mayor, your vote.
Is that?
Madam Mayor, that passes is resolution 2017-30.
Thank you.
May I make a statement, Madam Mayor?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a comment. Now that this is approved, this treasurer's report will be published in the Daily Southtown,
Yes.
which is required before I can file with the county clerk. So it would be posted in Thursday's edition of the Daily South Times.
Okay. Motion for bills and payables. Attached to your approval is listed on critical general operating expenses for the Village University Park. General funds is $218,334.42, totaling $218,334.42. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Brooks, second by trustee McMullen. Questions, concerns, comments?
Comment.
Yes?
What is critical general, what's the difference between critical general operating expenses and regular general operating expenses?
Critical general operating expenses are expenses that have to go out due to pre-arranged events such as Parks and Recs programs, settlement payments that have to go out between now and January, payments due to potential or pending litigation or lawsuit, gas for the vehicles, and various other things. So the cheerleading uniforms, just to actually break that down, the cheerleading uniforms for Parks and Recs is due to registrations for the basketball program. And actually, that program brought in more money than revenues being expended. And secondly, those uniforms were needed so the program could start on time prior to the next board meeting. Secondly, due to the cost of the uniforms, these uniforms could have been purchased without board approval, but we want to be transparent and provide all bills payables items on the bills payable because we could have included it in next board meetings of bills paid. So just to answer your question on that.
My question was the difference between critical general operating expenses and general operating expenses. And if you're saying to me that cheerleading pom uniforms are critical operating expenses, okay. Okay.
All right.
Would you explain that one more time about the uniforms?
Okay.
They brought in?
So, well, actually, I would consider a critical operating expense because that'd be a youth program that we would not be having, that we've already had several hundred parents enroll their children to. So I would call it a critical expense because we will run into the same situation we did when we tried to close before and after care with parents wanting to come and get refunds from the village. So I do call it critical based on how you define it. If the board would like to define that better, we can do so in the future. So in saying that, the monies that are going out outweigh the expenditures and revenues that were brought in for the program. So this is not, the mayor asked for clarification. Madam Mayor asked for clarification, that's why I'm providing clarification. So, to answer your question, Mayor.
Okay, if I may. I hear that, but how do I know that? I mean, later down the road, we always hear something brought in more money than we received, but I don't see anywhere, I don't see a summary on the treasurer's report, how much Parks and Recs brought in. I don't see on this other summary report how much money Parks and Recs brought in. So how do we can talk about it later.
No, we can talk about it now.
I just don't see it.
So the first thing is, unless Trustee Wilson, not Williams, Trustee Wilson, if the board wants specific or different reporting requirements than the board has respected in the past, then we will do that. Secondly, Trustee Wilson, I would love to get this information that you requested. The reports and reporting requirements that you're looking for, day-to-day operational items that typically would not be available until a board meeting when it's properly distributed out to the board. But if the board wants to change their operating requirements as far as visibility, that's great. Secondly, I kind of take a stance. I understand the village is going through a lot of financial issues and there's a lot of trust issues in regards to financial expenditures. But I can forward you an email of my approval of this item, showing the revenues that Parks and Recreation brought in my specific statement, telling Director Childress that more money than going out is coming in, then all programs will be canceled. But I can forward that information to the board so they can have it, so that you can sleep at night to know that the village's money is being spent in an appropriate manner.
And Chief, I have talked to you about this, and I will let this be known publicly, because when we have meetings all the time, everything, I'm sure, my chief, when she talks, it's not all to me, or our staff, or our team. We don't know everything that our chief is talking about, and it does not make it seem as if she's being deceitful, but that's a thing of executive order. However, and that's what is done in the real world. So, I would like to make a request, because I did make a request to Ms. Townsend and to Mr. Lanier, that the way I would like the board, now that we have a wonderful board working together, and I love them all, so, and parents, we all do get along sometimes we don't, but we're not perfect. And the last thing I found was perfect was Jesus. So, with that said, I made a request to them that I would like to see a copy of the money we took in from the stickers. I never got it. I asked for how many stickers did we get, broken down, how many were for seniors, how many was this and that, never got it. So I'm making a request for the entire board that we start receiving breakdowns of revenue that comes in, every expenditure that we get, and any input from the board that they might want to see. I will put an email out tomorrow in changing the whole procedures on when we see bills payable. As a matter of fact, I want to see payroll. We'd like to see payroll as well.
That's personnel information here can be included.
It does not have to have the name. You can say payroll. See how much we're expending for payroll. I'm not asking for anyone's social numbers. There's a total of payroll. Because those are payments that we are approving. So everything that's broken down, we want to see revenue in every board meeting and bills broken down very clearly, because that will eventually go to the public and they'll be able to see it as well. Okay?
My request would be there's going to be a general change of reporting requirements by the entire board.
Yes.
That document is drafted and passed by the board.
Yes, it will be in the ordinance.
Delineating that information so it can be memorialized.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor?
Okay, yes, sir.
I have a couple of questions here.
Yes, sir.
The Robinson Engineering payments, I'm assuming this $176,000, that's going to be reimbursed, so we're paying them.
So actually,
You're reimbursed by the state?
no, well, actually, what you see here are only reimbursables, but the village will not be getting this money back. It will be going towards the fin lock.
Toward the what?
The fin lock, the FEIN lock that we currently have. So all the grant monies that are supposed to be coming into the village for road projects,
Yes.
I have to, so what the plan was is MFT, Department of Transportation has approved us to use MFT funds to pay Robinson Engineers reversible costs.
Right.
Well, the reimbursements come from the Illinois Department of Transportation, and the FinLock is applied by the Illinois Department of Transportation.
Right.
So instead of reimbursing us, they're going to put it towards the FinLock.
Okay.
To clear that out, so so fundings are coming in. That means all state fundings that typically we would account for during the budget year, and that's including fundings for before and after care, for child care initiative, we're not getting. It's all going towards this debt that the village incurred due to not paying its part or its match during for road projects that we've had in the past. Checks were cut by IDOT, placed into the general fund, not put in a separate escrow fund, and the monies were spent like regular revenue. 3 or 4 years go by, Illinois Department of Transportation says, hey, we gave you money, why aren't you paying us? No response. They received no response for 2 years from us. The FinLock is the absolute worst and most embarrassing thing a municipality can get. And after talking to the Illinois Department of Transportation, they stated they attempted to talk to council and the previous manager numerous times to work out a payment plan, which there was no response. So now they basically put a lien on the village's money that's coming from the state. So that's what that is.
Okay.
That letter, I would have to go.
Second question that I have, Mayor, is the police union dues.
Yes.
I just said I don't recall seeing that before. It was $23,000.
The village never paid.
That's right.
The village, when they switched over to Teamsters, about 18 months ago,
Okay.
the village never paid one union due to the union. And they're threatening prosecution and they're threatening civil action. How long ago was that? It's been about 1.5 years. So that payment needs to be made because I told them that, hey, you guys are representing people and you're not getting paid for what you're representing. So that's a little cleanup that we're doing here.
Right.
Taken care of.
And I'm very happy about that because I've got registered letters to and calls, and we got them numerous. And you have the emails, and you got the previous emails from the person that they kept trying to communicate with, and you didn't get any response. And we never as a board knew anything about that. That was on the back end. So I thank you for making sure all those things are cleaned up and getting done now.
Chief,
Thank you.
can I just mention
Yes,
this?
sir.
It seems to me right now that this is basically damage control. We have to address this
Yes.
without a doubt.
Yes.
All right, thank you for your diligence.
Thank you. Are any others? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Wilson.
Both sides.
Trustee Brooks.
Both sides.
Trustee McMullen.
Both sides.
Trustee Payne.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Mayor Covington.
Aye.
Bill Spill passed.
Okay. Motion to approve payment to Apply System Inc. in the amount of $1,408,738.28 pursuant to the redevelopment agreement, redevelopment site 1 and redevelopment project area number 3. Is there a motion?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to table item D3 until after executive session.
Second.
Second on, moved by trustee Oscar Brown, second by trustee Wilson, to table after executive session. Roll call.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Wilson.
Both sides.
Trustee Brooks.
Both sides.
Trustee McMullen.
Both sides.
Trustee Payne.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Both sides.
And Mayor Covington.
Vote time. Okay, at this time, I thank you all for coming and attending. We'd like to make a motion to go out to the executive.
Madam Mayor, we could take action on item D3 after executive session.
Yes.
Come back out.
Yeah, so right now, we have to do executive. Motion, go to executive.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
Second.
Moved by trustee Wilson, second by trustee McMullen.
Two.
A motion to state the reason, please.
With just litigation, correct? Yeah.
For pending or imminent litigation.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Wilson.
Aye.
Trustee Brooks.
Both sides.
Trustee McMullen.
Aye.
Trustee Payne.
Aye.
Trustee Brown. And Mayor Covington.
Aye.